Warning: what you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
We've been gone so far, baby. I hope it lasts forever, baby.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. I kind of shell shocked. I don't even know what just happened. Yeah, everybody. Thank you for the messages, everybody. I don't even know if anybody is hearing us, but we're here. Let me just check these streams. Yeah, we getting some volume there. We are getting some volume there. So, I am not sure what just happened. My software just decided to crash. I'm going to investigate that another time. But of course, tonight it would decide to do something funky. Okay, right. So people saying to seeing us now. So I'll try again. I think she can. Jennifer, if you can hear me. Oh, Jennifer says she can't get on. So let me send her another link. Anyhow, boy, Derek, boy. They're trying to stymie me, boy.
It looks that way, man.
But now I hearing you kind of doubled. All right, hold on. Let me bear with us, people, cause I'm trying to fix this situation here. Bear with us as best as you can. Right. So now, Derek, let me hear some volume from you, Derek.
Yeah, man. I hear. Testing 1, 2.
Right.
Testing 1, 2.
Right. And so, good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. And welcome to another edition of the Senate. We were on time. We want to apologize for the technical difficulties. Honestly, I have no idea what just happened. The software I was just using was crashing. I'm going to have to investigate that to see if some new update or something was downloaded while the computer was on earlier. And see if that is doing something funny. But we here. We live. Derek, my brother. Yeah, I am Neil Hoyt. He's Derek Marshall. You know how it is. We're the Senate. Derek, talk to me, my brother. How is everything?
Man, I am pretty good. Kind of tired here about vaccines and, anti-vaccine and who can take it and all the conspiracy theories surrounding it. But these are the times in which we live, so I guess you got to cope with it. Outside of that, I am not too bad at all. I went to my good friend. I went to Mark's wedding rehearsal not too long ago.
It's surprising. I said practice funeral.
Yeah, it does. Well, this kind of came over like that. But aside from that, yeah, I went to his wedding rehearsal, and it didn't break out in hives or anything like that. For those of you who might be wondering,
Good.
I made it through, and I'm here. So, yeah, man. What about you? How things you were saying?
I was good until 8 o'clock when, literally with 30 seconds left to go until showtime, my program decided to crash and they, messed up a lot of streams. But you know what? We're live. We're here. And I am good. I got a little stiff neck, Today my brother asked me if I was good. I was like, yeah, I got a stiff neck. You might as well happen. You got it playing basketball in the gym. I said, nah, I got it sleeping. That's how old I am.
Waking up.
just waking up, B. So I hear we live. I am thankful. I am blessed. I want to say good night to Omar. He's in the chat. Thanks, Omar, for letting us know you can hear us now. Natalia, the president of the 237 ladies. Natalia is here. Victoria, live and direct. That's right. Nice to see you. Right. So, what are we talking about today? Now, on Tuesday, before we get to it, I see you have all your music shirt under the shawl. Yeah, you got to plug G-Syndicate as always.
G-Syndicate in the house, man. Always. Shout out the guys. We had a quick run through at Mark's funeral rehearsal this evening. And thought that sounded good already. And shout out to you guys, man. Kiyomal came and did all this technical stuff. Made sure everything was in order. Waiting. Antonio, who ended up at the wrong church. I had her stumble over. Brett And of course, the man of the moment, Mark. Shout out all the fellas, man. You can find us at gsyndicate6.com and everything at G-Syndicate6. So that's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, everything at G-Syndicate6. Check us out for anything G-Syndicate related, anything music related. Check us out, man. We got some things in the works for you guys.
All right, sweet. No, we are here. We are live. I keep saying that because that has me a bit rattled. But anyhow, the show must go on. It will continue. So on Tuesday, we would have spoken.
It's a must, not a perfume.
Not a perfume. A classic line.
Classic.
Right. So on Tuesday, we spoke about independent ladies, right? And if men are intimidated by women who have their own and can provide their own and everything like that. And stemming from that conversation, Derek, who just before the show, he would drum up conversation on his personal Facebook page and the Senate Facebook page. Check us out, the Senate podcast on Facebook and YouTube. Senate in session. You can send us your emails at gmail.com. And Instagram, the Senate podcast 246. Check us out. Anyhow, Derek would have posted on his personal Facebook page and on the Senate, basically asking about the financial date down, which is the name of this episode, right? Women that somehow have it, they have the degrees, they have their money, they have their paper, but they always seem to be dating guys that don't have it like them, that are not on their financial level. So Derek, again, hand it over to you, and you can lead us off into this discussion tonight.
Yes, we are in the discussion, and the question for tonight, do some academically and financially successful women actively seek out men who aren't on their level? If so, why? And on the flip side, are men on their professional level really uninterested in them? On Tuesday, a matter of fact, before we get back to Tuesday, let's put Kelly Clarkson on screen, Neil, because we got a win today or yesterday, whenever it was. This was a win for men.
All right, wait, hold on. Let me get Kelly. Kelly,
Yeah.
hold on, Poppy.
Please get Kelly on screen.
Right. So
Because she is now being ordered by the courts to pay her ex-husband over $2.3 million a year in spousal and child support. This was a win for men. I've counted it thusly.
But you know, stinking me, I still don't agree with that. I think $2.3 million, bruh. Anyhow, I know
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. I just feel as though man or woman start extorting people that got more money than you. But anyhow, as you said, you gotta count it as a win because normally the court would do it the other way. But you know,
I think it works out to like just about 200,000 a month or something like that.
mm-hmm.
And he apparently wanted 400,000.
Sheesh.
So he went in. The only thing missing was the guns and the mask. You know what I mean?
All right then. Gloves check, mask check.
Yeah.
No fingerprints.
No evidence.
No evidence.
You know what I mean? He went in. He for his 400,000 and he got 200,000. I don't know how he's supposed to live on that. My girl Mary J. Blige, she went through a similar situation with her husband and manager Ken. Interestingly enough, this guy whose name slips me, he was also her manager. So he was fully aware of how much money Kelly Clarkson made and was worth. And as such, he got the kids and then he called for 400,000 in spousal support and child support. And the judge said, "Oh, don't be ridiculous. You have 200,000."
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he got. Adele, she had to give her husband a big payout a couple of years ago. I think that allegedly is north of 150 million.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it is going these days. So now we are faced with the conundrum, Neil, in that we have these very successful women,
Mm-hmm.
and then they go and they get a guy, a very unusually, well, more often than not, it's a nondescript guy. The power couple idea, Jay-Z and Beyonce, doesn't really exist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if we look at it's best to look at these situations from a king and queen point of view, right? What you call the king and queen system, and I should have that here, and I don't think I sent that to you, Neil, but I'm going to send it to you now. Patrice O'Neill, the late great Patrice O'Neill, talks about this in what he called the phenomenon of the king and queen system. Halle Berry also, she had to do some paying out as well. You can let me know when you got Patrice O'Neill, the late great Patrice O'Neill, very, very funny guy. He talks about a lot of the stuff that we talk about here, Neil, but he puts it over a little bit more comedy than we do. So just let me know when he's running, and I will stop talking so he can explain for himself what he's talking about when he talk about the king and queen system.
All right, Patrice.
Like what
on screen
women
now.
are.
Which is what?
As I generally don't like living in a world where being what a man is a horrible thing, and no matter what a woman is, it's a wonderful thing. This is what they're doing. They are the society. They're bringing men down, and women are up. But they don't understand. Women are getting their cue from men. Meaning, so if you're a woman and you're going, I want to be the most successful, whatever I want to be, you're looking at the most successful man. You're competing mentally with men. I want to get the most. Women aren't going, I want to be. Why don't women think in terms of the king and queen system? It's a beautiful system. The system is, if I'm a man, okay, and I see a fucking bum woman, a woman has nothing, she's dumb, fucking, if I marry her, she's now the highest level she can be. She's the queen. You can't get higher than the queen.
Right.
It's a great position.
Right.
It's the baddest bitch in the land, but the queen is the king's bitch. But here's the reverse, and this is why these dominant women who can't find happiness is because the queen in this system, if it's just the queen, right, and the Queen of England is the queen because her father didn't have any sons, so he didn't have a king to take her, so she had to, his heir was a woman. So now she's the queen with no king. When she gets married, that guy is not the king. He's the queen's husband who doesn't get elevated to his highest position.
Right.
A man at his highest position helps a woman be at her highest position. A highest position woman who has a lower man can't be happy. It's nature. It's fucking nature.
All right. Okay. So these points of view, I mean, this assessment of how it all works, could this be?
Right. All right. So we just have Patrice O'Neill. You would have heard him. Sorry for the explicit content, but we're all grown people here. Don't try to nitpick the language used or anything like that. Anyhow, so yeah, Derek, your man Patrice would have said very eloquently that the king and queen system. So you could continue, brother.
Right. So what he's saying, you as a man, when you reach your highest level, you're able to elevate a woman. A woman at her highest level does not elevate a man. And we see that a lot in society. Last week, on Tuesday, Tonya was making the point. She knows a lot of ladies who are now supporting men. And I really would love to know how happy of an existence that is, because supporting a man, I've seen it a couple of times, and it doesn't seem to be a particularly fun existence for the lady. Because the guys who do that, generally speaking, have the conscience turned off. So it's like, I call for anything. I do as I like, I don't really care. And I don't know how fun that is or how enjoyable that is for a woman. And especially for a woman who has got all her stuff together. I mean, you go, you work, you put yourself through school or whatever, you work your way through school, you get all these achievements academically, and then it leads to professional and financial gain. And then you just got to come and share it with somebody who hasn't put in that work and doesn't want to put in that work. At least even if it's just to maintain himself. You know what I mean, Neil? I see my boy neighbor in the house. Shout out, he'll neighbor, he'll snore. Yeah.
Shout out Jason, you know.
So for Kelly Clarkson now to come, apparently people are a little upset that she had to make this grand payout, $200,000. I know everybody was upset when Mary J. Blige had to pay out Kendall. So I know it's a little rough, but this is what we kind of coming into know because of the situation of, hey, I don't want guys on a particular level want their ladies to be, I'm gonna call a curse word here, submissive.
Oh
Right?
my God.
So that's what they want. And they're not prepared to negotiate. As you were saying here, they're not going to negotiate with terrorists.
Mm-mm.
So for the ladies that like to talk back, to use a Nakaism, those fellas are not going to deal with that. So then these ladies are kind of, okay, let me deal with somebody else who will deal with me talking back. The challenge is when you deal with somebody who is not going to talk back, can you really respect him? Do you really like view him in the same light? Madame Noir is a blog for women and stuff like that. Well, predominantly women. They did an article on it, this kind of phenomenon, and it's called "Our New Study Reveals How Relationships Impact the Financial Choices of Black Women."
Mm-hmm.
Right? And in the article, it has a very stunning picture of Beyonce. I never quite saw her like that, but she would definitely change my mind in this particular picture.
Oh dear.
Anyhow, let me read for you guys. It says, make more than your man, you're not alone. And while earning more than your mate isn't a bad thing, Black women face unique socioeconomic circumstances that affect a myriad of social norms, patterns, and choices, including money habits, mate choices, and rituals. Madame Noir's new study, Black Women, Relationships, and Money, investigates the ways romantic partners impact how Black women spend money, their financial habits in relationships, expectations, and more. So we go forward. Madame Noir partnered with Civic Science to poll more than 350 Black women on their spending habits in relationships. Here are some highlights from the survey. Now, please, let's take in context. This is Madame Noir's readership, and it's 350 Black women. It's not a huge sample size, but we can look for it. We can look at this and we can kind of extrapolate some more stuff, right? So it says paying for dates, almost half, 46. Yeah, you got the graphic there, deal.
Wait, hold on. I mean,
Almost half, 46% of the Madame Noir audience expects their partners to pay for dates frequently or always, right? Paying bills. 60% of 18 to 34-year-old users expect to split or pay a greater share of the bills with their partner at least occasionally. This is 10 percentage points higher than the general population. Loaning money. About 41% of users have loaned money to a romantic partner. And I'm sure some of the ladies in here can agree to that and testify to having lent some of their men some money. Financial support. About a third of Madame Noir users feel frequently or always financially supported by their romantic partners. Only a third. Financial influence. More than a third of the Madame Noir audience has made poor financial choices to please a partner at least occasionally. Almost half of Madame Noir users have reported rarely or never doing so. And that happens, ladies. You know that you got a man, and in your efforts to provide for him and keep him happy, you see you want a PlayStation 5, and usually, yeah, let me work this out to go and buy it. When you really and truly, you know, you don't really need it, they're really serving a purpose. But hey, you figure, hey, this is gonna be a good gift for my guy. So you go and you get it, right? You go on. Women have had to step up to the plate when it comes to finances more than ever before. My financial tip for women earning more than their partners is one love, one household. Sounds good in theory. This is Arnita Johnson Hall, founder of Luxurious Credit, AMB Credit Consultants. Let's be mindful of the fact that this woman deals in credit. Right? Okay. Johnson Hall advises creating a financial family plan that doles out responsibilities based on income and push to work collaboratively without ego. While the financial expert is all for team play when it comes to bills, credit requires a different approach. I recommend keeping credit separate, she adds. This ensures that if one partner makes a poor choice or ends up in a challenging situation, you can lean on the other. I honestly thought I was going to go the other way and say if the person makes a poor choice, you can kind of leave them to their own devices and your name is not attached to it. But that's just me. Right? Why are 60% of black women splitting or paying a higher share of household bills? You got that on screen, Neil?
Hold on a second. Let me get that for you. Yeah, we do.
As black women continue to advance in education and small business ownership, there will potentially be gaps between their incomes and those of their mates. Those in the marriage market will have to decide whether traditional gender roles will play a role in mate selection. Women often want men who earn more than them and don't want men who earn less. This is not me saying this, folks. This is this article written here. Right? And this is from the Arnita Johnson Hall woman, not Derek Marshall, okay? Come for her, don't come for me. So she says, women often want men who earn more than them and don't want men who earn less, she adds. It's a mistake. Instead, she advises, focus on having compatible financial habits and goals and healthy lifestyle choices. Financial infidelity and lack of money management is the leading cause of divorce, not actual income. So you see, Neil, it does come out of money and money does matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you loaned your partner money to your partner? So get that graphic on screen.
Let me get that on screen here for you. Yeah,
Love
we did.
and cool. Thank you. Love and finances are forever intertwined. The good news is that the poll reveals many black women feel financially supported by their partners. That is awesome, considering they say that black men cheap and don't spend the money. So yeah, 41% that they say that they feel financially supported by their partners. The results also show that approximately 41% of black women have loaned money to their mates, which means they are open to working collaboratively when it comes to finances. The most realistic approach in committed relationships is yours, mine, and ours method, she shares. Women shouldn't feel guilty or resentful if they earn more than partners. The most important thing is to make decisions that you are comfortable with. Or to appease the grammar Nazis, make decisions with which you are comfortable. But yeah, that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Neil, that's where we are with that particular article from Madame Noir.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to hear the take from those of us in the chat who have been listening and hearing.
I mean, so how I see it, right? I mean, well, you know, I think you should know my stance by now, right? So now, while I agree that money is important, right, and you should want a partner that makes more money than you, or you should make it, you should want a partner that has a stable or at least an income to take care of themselves. And, you know, if you were to merge households, can deal with certain things domestically, right? But it should not be your guiding principle. I'm not saying that you say, oh, I care what he meant or what he's do. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, you know, you look at the measure of a man. When we talk about high value men, I don't know, there's been floating around the manosphere for a little bit now. We talk about high value men. Now, high value men and high value women are necessarily determined, based on how much they make, right? What degrees they have, what their job they do, whatever. Now, to me, a high value woman is a woman that is willing to be feminine, a woman that is willing to understand that she is female, she's feminine, and she allows a man to be masculine instead of competing energies. I'm not saying she shouldn't have that gene in her if she goes out in the workforce and has to do what she has to do, or if I am doing utter foolishness, she doesn't bring that energy to me. The point remains is that I want somebody to hold me accountable. I want somebody to hold me responsible, but also be the feminine to my masculine. And I will do the same. I will provide, I will nurture, sorry, I will enforce, and make sure certain things are in place. So that is what high value woman is to me. Now, I have seen and heard women say, it's so funny. I've seen and heard women find nice men that have the qualities they really want, but let a sticking point of finances. And when I say finances, I ain't talking about the man is a bum or the man ain't making the money at all. It's just that he is not on their level, right? May not have the degrees. He may have a job that is not high paying, or by societal standards is not a very successful job, very menial job. Blue collar jobs, we call them, right? So like we have so many stories. There's an anecdote where there was a guy. I think he was a delivery man. And he used to drop his girl up to UE. She was a cashier. She started to go to school. She started to make her get her degrees, do her education. And then one day she come and say, yeah, I need a man on my level. You know what I mean? Because you still delivering goods and services or whatever. And I understand lack of ambition. But you know what? At the end of the day, you still need a partner. You know what? I can stop Dixie doing shout out cross. You see in here. I can stop Dixie doing it, right? The point is that what we really want, men and women, is we want a companion, right? We want a companion that allows us to be us in terms of the qualities that are positive, healthy, upright, forthcoming, allows our energies to be what they are, masculine and feminine, and supports us in the ways that we need to be supported. But we have somehow gotten this thing twisted where everything is about money, degrees, what you could do for me, what you could provide for me was a solid investment, what is worth, going after whatever. There are people that are ambitious. There's for example, a carpenter may be ambitious and he may want to have a carpenter factory, mass producing chairs and furniture and all sorts of things. And then there's the other carpenter that just comfortable paying his bills. So the man would do the jobs when the month come, pay his bills, and he's content. But at the end of the day, if he is meeting his financial obligations and he is not living he's not living paycheck to paycheck, he's living comfortably, y'all are comfortable, everything is paid, taken care of whenever, it may not be the lap of luxury, but at least y'all are comfortable, then what's wrong with that? The man still has great qualities, but there are some people out there, some women out there, and some men out there that seem to think, well, shoot, if this woman ain't got no desire or ambition or whatever. Now, granted, I want a woman to have ambition, yes. But it depends on what she does. If she is a gas attendant and she says, you know what, I want to be a gas attendant and I'm happy being a gas attendant, and she is willing to be the best gas attendant she can be, then so be it. But if she is complaining to me all the time, oh, I tired this job, this supervisor this, I can't take that, or I can't wait to get rid of this job, and they're really making the moves to get rid of the job, then that shows me a lack of ambition. So we need to be real with ourselves, right? I understand money makes the world go around. I understand that we need finances to live in this world. But at the end of the day, a lot of people are kind of letting great partners go simply because they're not where they want them to be. The expectations. So, right, Jennifer saying, so is Digicel sticking tonight? I know everything going here well today. I'm sorry, but not sorry because it's not I can't do anything about that. But yeah, let us understand, right? I know it's good for me little soliloquies and stuff like that, but if you find a man that has the qualities you want, and the man is working really hard to stay true to himself and make money or follow his dream or whatever, and he has that ambition, he has that drive, then there's nothing wrong in supporting that man, whether it be emotionally or any of the leads, right? But that's up to you if you can support him financially. However, don't let me operate as if, well, shoot, I need a man to make as much money or me or more, and they need a man that got degrees, and they need a woman that got ambition, and a woman that got hers and got it like that, and or I want a woman that I could provide for this and that and third. I don't want the woman to work, because we men just get with that too. We don't want a woman to work. We want she stop home and whatever. Just understand that if you stick out that that's your principal requirement for a relationship, you may end up putting an unrealistic expectation on the relationship and letting a good person go because they don't match up to what you have as a priority. And a lot of people out there suffering because of stupid little things that they're letting partners get away, slip out of their fingers because of things that don't match up in their expectations. So, I mean, I see these graphics. I see, women expecting men to split, share household bills and everything like that. I seen 46%, want them to pay on dates. And to me, it's just not that important, yo. It's just not that important. It's just not that important because money is important to you today, but when it really counts, it don't matter, When you're old and gray, and as Tanisha just said, she want somebody to wipe her tail and make sure she, ain't wandering about with dementia anywhere wild. Money don't matter. Money don't matter. Money don't matter. Yes, you can go get a hospital visits and stuff like that. Or rather, not money doesn't matter, but money is not the priority. Let me say. So, I know, Derek, that's my one per session.
But what I will say, Neil, is that it does matter.
Yeah, it does matter.
And because we looking down the road in terms of, you say when you get down the road and you need somebody to work your tail and all that it doesn't matter then. But hopefully you got a long time to go before you get to that point.
Cool.
And as such, you would definitely need, you want to have a certain level of living. Okay, again, some issues here on my end too. It's still running, but something going on. Yeah. You still want to maintain a certain lifestyle, a certain way of living, and a certain standard of life. So you don't want to be like, oh, whatever, money don't matter. You still want to be able to, for example, I'm a guy, I like sparkling water. I like Pellegrino water a lot. Right? So anybody dealing with Pellegrino water and want to hook me up, a little sponsorship or
hold up, man. Shoot.
Brand ambassador, holler, right?
I drinking water too, but it's just, mine is from the government.
This is not for the government, but it's what I like, right?
Right.
And I like to know that, to do the show, I could go buy a bottle, if I get the gym or something before I buy two. And I could just enjoy those while we do this show, you know what I mean? But if I sprint and I can't do that, right? So it still matters from that point of view, right?
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. Yeah. What happened? Everything all right?
Okay, yeah. Jennifer was saying she got to restart.
Okay.
Yeah. So it still matters from that point of view in terms of maintaining a standard of living. You know what I mean? And I don't want us to, and I think that women need to be mindful of this fact, right? I said before, women don't build, they move in. Where I say, okay, Winsome is here. Winsome says,
shout out Winsome.
Yeah, good night. Outgrowing your partner or feeling as though your partner has outgrown you is real. Couples need to talk about those changes because as individuals, change must occur, and those, oh boy, my screen a little fuzzy, so I don't know if you got that, Neil.
Okay. Where you start? Couples need to talk about these changes because as individuals, change must occur, and those changes will affect the good thing we've got. Perspectives change with experience, and what may have been enough for the first 10 years may not suffice for the next 5. We need to be honest with ourselves about these changes and be willing to talk about them objectively with our partners. Now, I do agree. I think one thing is change is inevitable, but I think the outgrowing your partner or your partner outgrowing you thing, it bugs me. It bugs me because if you have an open and honest dialogue with your partner and a consistent dialogue with your partner, and you continually talk about dreams, aspirations, and you constantly support each other in a not like in a motherly fashion or a fatherly fashion, but in a an equal kind of support, then to me you won't outgrow like I have had relationships where I have outgrown people and people have outgrown me, and that stems from lack of communication, lack of saying, all right, it's like you take your eye off the ball, right? Like we get so caught up in our day to day lives and we doing what we gotta do to make ends meet or whatever, and we disconnect. And you get to a point where you tired of the simple things, you tired of the big things, you tired of this man had tell me he was gonna be a big time this and that, but he ain't make it, right? And we hold that against him as if they had a overall control that outcome. But when in reality, to me, if you get together with somebody that you love and that loves you, and y'all have made a commitment to each other out of that love, then I don't see why y'all can support. You just have to talk. You just have to communicate. You should never wake up one day and be like, yeah, I think I outgrow him because I got my degrees now, or I made partner in my firm, or I am no CFO of a company and he's still in an entry level job, or he's still whatever. Like I can understand if you're trying to support your partner and you're saying, well, babe, how about do you have any passions? Because it may not even necessarily have to do with their job. You just want them to feel as though they're fulfilled in their life, right? Because you are getting your fulfillment in your life. So just having conversations, man, will help you to get past that sort of thing. Honest, open, and be willing to hear the hard conversation, the unsexy conversation, right? So Jennifer says good night. She can't get back on. Sheesh.
Try YouTube.
No, Winsome, agreed. We're not saying different things. I actually agree with you. I do agree that we do need to have the hard and sexy conversations, but it's when you take your eye off the ball, when you're not clicking or gelling with your partner, where those things can happen. And a lot of us get to that point where we're unwilling to reconnect. We are willing to do the hard work. Oh,
I'll tell you.
Sorry, there. I know get some news here, so unrelated to what we talking about.
Yeah. I got that news as well.
Oh my God.
God is good.
I don't let you at all, I love you. I love you, right? But I don't let you at this moment.
Shout out all the Lakers fans.
Jeez, oh, brave boy.
Good night to you. I am loving it. Enjoy the Westbrook era. Shout out my guy Larry Marshall.
Oh, yeah? Drama.
So yeah, I think if Dion is in the chat, good night to you, Dion. Enjoy the Westbrook era. Anyhow, right? I'll say it. In response to all that, Neil. Here's the challenge with relationships, right? Men are easy. Men are easy. Men are very, very simple, right? Mm-hmm. Simple creatures. And I think sometimes that can bother women. In that, it requires so little for us to be happy, for us to be content, for us to be cool, to be good. Mm-hmm. And I was looking for it. Somebody had sent me. Let me see if I got it in another folder. But we talk about the conversation, having the, as you say, the unsexy conversation, you know what I mean? But what happens, there it is. What happens when you have the conversation and you realize that you are not in the same space? What happens then? You know what I mean? What happens when you decide that you are a plumber, for example, and you pick up with your girl and you meet her, she's in school, she ain't working away, you hold on the house or whatever, and shout out my guy Sluggy down in the house, man. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, shout out Sluggy.
He'll snore. Yeah. So you meet your girl, you're a plumber or whatever, and you coming through. And as far as you're concerned, is my girl, she got her particular goals in mind for educationally and financially, professionally, and you decide as a man, your job is to facilitate that, right? Your job is to make that happen for her, right? And you, I tell y'all guys, I had an uncle this happened to, and you put in your time, energy, resources, right? You're a meat, they call it, right? Meat, money, energy, attention, and time, right?
Hey.
And you put that into this relationship to facilitate this young lady going to the next level, right? She goes to the next level on your energy, on your meat, right? Ladies, we can come to you on this issue too, right? And all of a sudden now, she's gotten to the next level and she recognizes, you know what? My things have changed for me. Things have changed for me. A man sometimes just content being a plumber. You just want, as one way Trudy said, you just want plumb. You know what I mean? So, just content being a plumber. And he good with that. He has no further aspirations, no higher ambitions. He is comfortable with what he is. You see, making $45,000, $50,000 a year, and he's good with that. He elevates her. She gets to a different position, and she's now making, maybe say, probably saying $45,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year. And she says to herself, you know what? The plumber was cool for a time. People come into your life for a reason and a season, right? The plumber was cool for a time being. She now wants to level up. She wants to go higher up the level, higher up the food chain. And there's nothing wrong with that to me in my brain, right? The challenge is when it happens, it hurts. Because you as a man thinking, well, she's already invested all this here, this woman, I know she gone along, or I left me, she all grateful. Sometimes it could come over as if she's ungrateful, but I think she is rather grateful for the fact that you were able to elevate her. And this is what I say to you, gentlemen, elevate yourself.
Right. I think
elevate
that's
yourself first. Because we talk here about to be the best version of you, right? And as such, you can't pour from an empty cup. So you got to elevate yourself first.
Yep.
Because Kenyon, I don't know if Kenyon is in the chat tonight.
Sean.
Years ago, we had a discussion. I mean, years ago. I don't think we were 25 yet. So that's how long ago it is.
Oh dear.
A matter of fact, we weren't 25. We might have been 18, 19, 20 at best. And Kenyon made the point. Everybody likes to think that money will not change them. But the reality is, it does change you because all of a sudden you got more access to more stuff. You're seeing more things. You're around different people. You know what I mean? You're eating different food. So money does change you, and you start to see things differently. You're going to a girl going to UE, she exposed to different things. She is like, yeah, I see this life. I like this life. Why should I go back to the plumber? I see Jimmy in the house. Shout out Jimmy. Jimmy is saying plumbers will always make money. You better keep that. It's true. It is so true. And he said, I'm only speaking for me, but those are conversations that should be gotten into before any serious relationship. Winsome says, I think that the unwillingness to have the conversations is seated entirely in fear, and fear is the opposite of love. If you are afraid to talk about these things, then I have to wonder just how much you trust your partner. We didn't get to that part, Winsome. We didn't get to that part because that part is significant.
Yes.
But back to my point, you've been exposed to stuff. And I really want us to think about this, right? I've said before here, women don't build, they move in, right? Shout out Myron Gaines for the Fresh and Fit podcast, right? Women don't build, they move in, right? And I truly cannot fault a woman for wanting to put better for herself. I truly can, right? It then becomes incumbent upon you, gentlemen, to make sure that you are the best version of you.
But here's the thing, there. I would posit that I agree with everything you've just said. I would just add to the gentlemen, right, and to women out there too. Like, if you get in a relationship with your partner and y'all are now building, right? I think one of the very first conversations y'all should have is, what are your goals, dreams, and aspirations? How do you plan to, okay, you're where you are now. Do you have dreams, aspirations, ambitions? If so, what are they? And I believe that both of you should facilitate that and to encourage that, foster that, as well as to hold your partner accountable. So let's go with the example of the plumber versus the woman that has gone and gotten her degrees, her masters, or whatever. Now, if they had had the conversation earlier in the juggling, an open, honest, transparent conversation where, the man says, look, I just want to be a plumber. I content with this plumbing business. I may want to go to do a course or update my plumbing skills or whatever periodically. But really and truly, I want to be a one-man shop and a business for my plumbing stuff. And the woman says, all right, cool, no problem. But I can tell you my dreams and aspirations. I want to be a lawyer. I want to get my degree. I want to attain certain levels and have my own practice or join a firm or whatever. Now, if the man dropping her up UE and everything like that, the woman should be saying, look, you know what? How can I help my significant other to be the best plumber that he can be? Maybe he may need an accountant, or he may need help with, having his accounts in order. Maybe he needs to, have a management system for his clientele, right? There are ways and means to facilitate that. So I'm just saying, maybe a simple conversation at the beginning of the relationship or at a certain point of the relationship about dreams and aspirations and goals, and seeing how each one can facilitate that for their partner, support it, and to hold them accountable and keep them on task to it. Because we all know that women are the more organized of the two. We know that women would be about their goals and keep going and keep going. Men are typically more prone to distractions and stuff like that. We may need to work on that. But regardless, we have to understand that conversation helps to bridge these types of situations. Men, we need to be more about our business. Again, there's nothing wrong with being a plumber. There's nothing wrong with being a carpenter. There's nothing wrong with having that. But you can't be taking the money and just shoving it in your pocket when you get a job, and then you ain't got no invoice system, you ain't got no account system. You literally, when I come and ask you, so how much you make a year, you can't show me the proof or anything like that. So we gotta be about our business, even if it is to be as simple as possible in whatever discipline we do. We need to be organized. We need to be proactive, and simple things like that, organizing your accounts and organizing your structure of your business, can see very changes to you, and you can then plan to save, you can plan to invest, you can plan to do things, and you could be a simple plumber, but got a big house. As Jimmy said, plumbers is making enough money. They're always making money. But there are plumbers out there that just happen to live by job to job to job because there's no infrastructure in their business. So just a conversation and simple ways of holding each other accountable in their dreams and goals.
Yeah, that's all real good in theory.
I know it sounds good in theory, boss.
It's all real good in theory.
It sounds sexy.
But the reality is it don't really work like that.
Nope.
Fellas, if you are taking your girl to class, taking her up UE, as you say, and you yourself have no drive to do anything like that, you are, as you people say, making road for monkey to run pun, right? Because you are, I know it sounds bad to say that you got somebody who is achieving on one end and then somebody else facilitating that, being your cheerleader, the battery pack in your back, saying, go, baby, you could do this here. And then when she get through, she's like, oh, well, sorry with that, thanks. And she out, right? But the reality is, you have facilitated her improvement. You have put her in a position where she is now exposed to better, greater, more, right? And yeah, you facilitated it, but she's exposed to it, and that is the real point. She is now exposed to it, and unless you plan to do something which can then expose her to it as well from your end, you can got a problem. Because you can't realistically expect that she is going to live two lives because you don't want to level up.
Mm-hmm.
You can't expect that she's going to go practice law or whatever it is on campus, facilitated by you, then come back home to, not be in the same academic or financial situation when she going to school every day and seeing that particular situation, seeing what is possible. Yeah, it's on your dime and time, but
You know
this is what it is.
You know how I see it, Derek? You know why I realize what? Because I think we are saying the same thing, but this way it is, right? We always tell women that, a man of high value, you have to remain competitive for that man. And you know what, man? Let's be honest. If you got a good woman and she out there trying to get she degrees and level up, you got to remain competitive to that woman too.
Facts.
So
Facts.
I think that is what it is, remaining competitive.
Facts.
Better
and
yourself.
I'll say this too, Neil. I know that it sounds, because somebody probably come to me and chat and say, oh, but why the woman gotta be left in the man and all that there. Sure, if I read the chat, I'll see that somewhere in there. Where is that the woman go up and left the man and all that there, right?
Nick in the chat. Shut up, Nick.
But
Nick is the devil's advocate.
Omar said Derek, your take sounds quite a bit like opportunism. If she's seeking to better herself at the expense of someone else, I can't see that as admirable, and I can't fault them for that. Yeah, but here's the thing, right, Omar? Here's the thing. This is why it's not opportunism, right? I am sure that in 95% of the situations where we've had this situation where a man, sends her to school, elevator, so whatever you want to call it, 95%, 98% of the situations, if you ask those women before the bumps or at the beginning of the thing where they got into with the man, they say, my baby, you want to go to school, they can stay in school. 98, I'm willing to bet 98% of those women will tell you at the beginning, when they got into it, they said, this is my man, baby, I'm so happy. Thank you so much for facilitating this. I love you so much. We're going to be together forever. This is going to lift me out of whatever situation we're in. We're going forward together. Those women believe wholeheartedly that is the situation and they are going forward together. Oh my God, you little 2% that would tell you, man, they plan to take you from the beginning.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, certain of these women believe in their hearts that they are going to be with this man forever,
Yeah. You don't.
Right?
Yeah.
Let me just go off on a little bit of a tangent and come back, right? This is an article from obesityhelp.com. Check it out. It says, let me tell you my story. My wife had gastric bypass surgery in November of 2007. I completely supported her decision to go this drastic route due to her high blood pressure, sleep apnea, extreme fatigue with physical activity, and her extreme displeasure with her appearance. She is 5 foot 2 inches and was at the time 230 pounds. Her post-op course went without a hitch physically, but mentally, psychologically, over the following months, she became more cold and harsh. The intimacy in our marriage suffered related to the tension growing between us. Each time I attempted to discuss issues or feelings I was having, a typical response from her was to ignore it or simply tell me that I was too sensitive. Eventually, she began spending more time out in the evenings with the girls, which I supported fully, backed with the unending trust she had built during our 19-year marriage. Let me stop right here. 19-year marriage, okay? And what my man said, unending trust that she had built. So he had no problem with girls' night out, right? Let me go on a little further. Exactly 1 year after her surgery, after losing over 110 pounds and looking fabulous, she came to me and explained that she no longer loved me. Admitted that during the preceding few months, had very much enjoyed the company and attention of other men and wanted to be free, young, and wanted to play and be with other men. Of course, this was devastating. I spent the next couple of months trying to desperately win her back, blaming myself. I still loved her very much and wanted our life together back. Unfortunately, that is never to be. She has taken a steady boyfriend and enjoys living the life of a single woman on the town, even though we are still married, however, not for much longer. We have 3 children who have been shoved to the back of her priority list behind her new life and boyfriend. All this for the former PTA mom who would have walked through fire for her kids and devoted wife. I really don't know who this new person is, and frankly, she's not someone who I care to get to know. Gastric bypass surgery destroyed my marriage. No, sir, that is not true. That is not true. She changed her lifestyle, right? And
He did not adapt with her.
you need to make the adaptation. You need to make the adjustment. She made strides to improve herself. What did you do? Right? And he says, I'm sharing this story in hopes that I can spare someone else from the same fate. I still believe that gastric bypass is a good choice for some. However, I strongly suggest personal and marriage counseling long before and long after your surgery. Please don't end up like me, blah, 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 blah. Right? Dude, she made steps to improve her lot, her station, her life. What were you doing? And she and Kelly Clarkson, so they no money for you. You can just hold the 3 children. Yeah? I know it sounds, boy, see you say hitting me up in your head. Goes back to what you said Tuesday about right now.
No.
So at the time, I am certain before she went to do that surgery, she would have told you, she would have bet the house, the kids, everything. I am here with you, baby. I ain't going away.
Right now?
Well, right now.
Just being facetious.
But the situation changed. The situation changed. And now she's suddenly recognizing, you know what? I am my best me.
A whole new world open up now.
She got options now. She got better options, more and better options. Right. And here's the challenge for this guy, right? Here's the challenge for this guy. You were cool with her when she was not at her best. So she immediately tells herself, you know what? I can do better than this guy. Exactly, Omar. She was settling because that's all she thought she could get. But a whole new world. Open up. A whole
new world.
And she ready to roll. Right? Let me flip this because I don't want anybody to feel that I just attacking the women who are not left with men. Women.
Go, son. Go ahead, brother.
Because we're talking about the women who deal with these guys that are on a lower level. Ladies, cautionary tale. If you want a man on a particular level, you go operate a certain way. We know that. We've established that from before. Whether you want to do the work to just move in or not is a different story, but we know there's work to be done. Ladies, I advise you, do not lift any man up. Do not do it. Because you are lifting it up for the next lady. Right?
Facts.
You are lifting him up for the next lady. Because much like my friend with the bariatric surgery, right? When he gets to a point where he is now on his feet and he functioning and he moving proper, right? He is going to tell himself, you know what? I could do better than she. Because again, if she was willing to take me as I am, like this, if you're willing to take me Brett, you can find somebody else out Brett. You ready to take me in my hoodie boxers and my bust open shoes and things like that? If you're willing to take me like that, the shoe, you don't got much standards, I can elevate. So ladies, I said it to you a couple of weeks ago. I know you probably forget, so I can bring it to you again. Do not lift any man up. Yeah, that's your job. You can help.
Hold him accountable.
Yeah, you could help. Again, hold him accountable. Do it nicely. Don't be doing the man throat like you his mother. Don't do that. Yeah. But ensure, put it to you this way, you never see a U-Haul attached to a hearse, right? People want to make sure you attach a U-Haul to something that's going somewhere. You're putting a U-Haul on a hearse, because your hearse going to either the funeral home or a cemetery. They end up life at none of two of them places.
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah, that
attach your U-Haul to somebody that's going somewhere. Yeah.
and don't I lost my train of thought. But yeah, don't that's not your role to elevate nobody. That's not your role.
Omar is here saying, Omar is asking the question. I like Omar tonight. Omar is saying, so by the same token, should men not seek to elevate women?
Yes, sir. No, they should not. They should not seek to. That's the point I'm just about to make. Your role as an adult is not to elevate another adult. If you have children, you elevate them to a point, and when they become adults, you don't elevate them no more. You understand me? You facilitate. So there is a difference. What I would say is that we have to be careful as men and women, right? Men.
Sorry, Neil, go ahead.
Yeah, I can just make this real quick. So I got this thing with me, right? I don't lend money to people that I know I can't do without.
Correct.
I don't lend money to people that I can't do without. If you come to me, you say, "Neil boy, I can borrow 20 and I can't afford, I got like literally $20 in my name." I can say, "Nah, I can't lend it to you." Now if you ask me for $20 and I got $1,000 in the bank, it's not a problem, because if you don't pay it back, I ain't gonna be like, "Oh, they ain't no pay back my money. I don't understand this and that next." Nah. They got people I lend money to that ain't pay me back yet, and I ain't holding it down, because I lend it to them fully understanding that if they can't pay me back, ain't a stress, because I could do without it. So the same way, do not give to people what you can't afford
To
do it to lose. So if you know driving this woman up to you, we day in, day in. I'm not saying you think about in a negative way that your relationship will fail, but if you know that you carrying this woman up,
Yeah.
well, yes. But what you saying? If you carry this woman up the road, carrying this woman up the road, right? And you don't really think about it critically, you got critically think about two things. One, you got to think: am I elevating myself in the same way that she's elevating herself?
Uh-huh.
Am I remaining competitive as she is remaining competitive in the world, not just in relationships, in the world? And two, if I continue to give and give and give and give and give to this person, if this person decides, shoot, sorry to say it, but you could dead. Because we talk about walkway and this and that next, right? The person might dead. Right? The point is that you don't want to put energy out there that you can't do without. I really want people to understand that they gotta elevate themselves. Right? Don't I know. What do you guys mean by elevate someone? Elevate someone across like
facilitating things like you paying for courses.
you buy rolling.
Yeah,
you buy rolling.
Much funding.
I know, and to me, I don't even think
you say to move she or her on apart, or to get her or move she in somebody apartment somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, to me, there's no problem in doing in paying for one course here and there, but you paying your entire UE course over the next 4 years. Nah. At some point, you could pay here and there, but at some point, work part time. The same way we men gotta go there and do stuff like that, work part time, do like school and all that. There, you gotta figure it out too. I know society has us that we gotta be chivalrous in providing our money and paying for things or whatever. Like I hear all the time a man willing to pay for a woman apartment just so that she could have a better place to stay and this and that. But then when the woman say, "Yeah, but I tell you that I wasn't about nothing, so I wasn't about you." But you owe him money every month for rent. And what? Like a few weeks ago, we talked about, it was Blue Jazz, right? Blue Jazz.
Yeah.
Blue Jazz, a man was paying her or her lease on her car, paying her rent and this and that and next and third.
And she was most upset.
And then, two of them broke up. And I think she's who ended the relationship. And she fully expected him to continue these things until she got on her feet, or he had another girlfriend. I can't remember. But the point is that
Blue Jasmine.
Blue Jasmine. So if you know, yeah, we good today and things like that. But I don't believe in this paying for unless we married. And even then, if I got it like that, are we married? I know how you feel about marriage. But if we married and I got it like that, I got money. I have no problem in giving you money to start your own business, to have your own property or whatever. Because at the end of the day, right, I ain't want to get licked for half. You just hear all of these things where people break up and things and they gotta give up this condo and this and they gotta give up that and all sorts of things. Also, I gotta get the car and gotta get this and that and this. We have to stop funding lifestyles. We have to stop funding things that need to be achieved. I think that we can pour into people to encourage them to yeah, babe, you got it, you could get it done. You know, you study hard for that test and
That's Omar saying here, moral support, and that's it.
you understand. I am not saying that shoot, if the woman studying
In a
late, yeah, a woman in a bind, carry something for she to eat, or you carry she work, or carry she to school, or something. I'm not saying to be a total a-hole. But what I'm saying is if you think about it like this, right? Men and women. Women, you pay for a man to get a UE. You pay, shoot, thousands of dollars for this man to get UE, right? You sacrifice a lot. You say your man to UE. Your man has achieved his goals and dreams, and your man looks at you one day and say, you know what? And again, it's not that the man used you or whatever. It's literally through the man studying, the man have access to more options. You may have your own issues as well that you cause a disconnect. Whatever is the reason. The man look at you and say, you know, but babe, I don't think this working out for me. I think we need to go our separate ways. I know you belly pull out. How many times there have you heard a woman buy a car for a man or paying for a car for a man and this and that and next, and the man pick up another woman and horn in the woman in the car and this and that and next? What you buying a car for a man for? Why are you buying a car? Why are you buying a car for a man for? Again, if I'm a billionaire, right, or when I become a billionaire,
Speaking of their existence.
right, when I become a billionaire, and I got a woman and the woman's, you know, catching bus or whatever, and the woman say, I don't know why we got a woman that catching a bus when I'm a billionaire, but you know what, things happen. And I say, man, look, hold that little Mercedes and I get boy place, man. I pay insurance and this and that next, right? And I come to find out that she horning me in the same Mercedes Benz. I'd be upset, but I ain't be telling woman I want about the Mercedes Benz. We done. That is at you. The insurance at you. The payments at you. Everything at you. But I washed my hands with that because I could afford to lose a Mercedes as a billionaire. Now, if I was a man, Neil Hoyt today, I like an idiot, pay for a Mercedes Benz woman, and she horning me in it.
You have to take those horses.
But then I go and burn on the car and kill she and all this and end up in the front page. But he's an idiot. I see Kevin saying, nah, give me back my car. Man, I ain't so petty, man. Go with your car, man. Enjoy your life. But just know that if it get repossessed, cause watch it right. And there's another thing that we men do too, cause they know we start making payments and things on cars that in we name. Don't do that. Yeah. She want a car, put it in her name. It's her, you know, babe, I got you, but you put it in your name, causing it is yours. Yours to maintain and upkeep, especially if you do foolishness. So let me be well aware of what we are pouring into people. Be very careful of the emotions, the time, the energy, the effort we pour into people. Because if we know that we can't do without it should it go south, then, you know, King Petty, yeah, we will be in a spot. And that is especially for money. I see Steve here. I know a guy who was paying for his girlfriend's car to ease the financial burden of UE. She passed his house to and from UE. And he, oh yeah, I remember this story. I even gave him a right to work when she had late classes. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing, right? There's actually, I think Stevie would have missed that story. We had a live meeting at the Senate a few weeks back, and a guy shared his very interesting story.
Oh my goodness gracious!
And he actually bought a car for his wife.
My goodness gracious me!
He would come out on mornings and she'd be gone. So when he was paying for the car, paying the insurance on it and everything, and when he raised an issue with it, the thing was, well, yeah, you gotta get work early. She has to pass his workplace to get to work, but she was like, yeah. Get early, so
you get
sorry about that. So he then had to go and buy another car so that he could kind of get around on his own. So these are things that happen. So this way, this is how I want you to look at it, guys. Why are you facilitating things for an adult that they should facilitate for themselves?
A working, functioning adult too, you know.
Yeah. So if you're in a relationship with somebody and a full, as you said, working, functioning adult, they should be able to, buy their own vehicle. For example, even if it's like a Ferrari or Alto. But the problem is, a lot of people want Mercedes.
But hold on a minute there. I just want not to cross you, but even if she can't afford to buy a car and we decide to buy a car, I decide to buy a car for us to use, right? There's no way I catch a bus or walking nowhere though. I don't care what time you go and get work. I don't care, especially if you go past me. We will work out something. But the point is that it can't be I buy a car for we to use. Are you telling me you pass in my workplace and tell me I go slam tire or bus it or whatever?
Or that now go happen. That will never happen. You will never live to see that happen.
Nope.
So yeah, so to the detriment.
Not me.
Let us stop. Because sacrifice is a very funny word, huh?
But I'll tell you this too, guys.
Sacrifice.
I'll tell you this way. If you were not in the picture, how would that person get through? That's the question you need to ask yourself. If you were not there to facilitate this, what would happen? What would they do? Ask yourself that. And make them ask themselves that.
I see, Tanisha. Why are you facilitating things for your partner that you aren't facilitating for yourself? How you buy someone a car and you stranded?
Frost, these are the things that I don't want to say just men exclusively, because women will do it from time to time too. But these are the things that people do when they're in relationships, Frost. Believe you me.
And in love and in commitment. But no. But here, I know I said so exactly for that reaction, because this is the thing, Derek. That is not love. That is not commitment. Because
a fella that, okay, in this particular situation, that Steve outlined, the guy was paying for his girlfriend's car to ease the financial burden. So he paid for it, but she drove it around and refused to drop this man in the way. In the situation I just outlined, that guy was married to the woman.
Married. Husband and wife.
Married to the woman. And she would get up, push the whip, and go along and left he. However he get work, he gotta get work. You know what I mean?
That's a problem for me though.
So these are the things that people do when they're in relationships, and when they think that they and their partner are on the same page, in the same book, in the same paragraph, line, word, whatever. These are the things that people do, thinking, well, yeah, we're going forward together, and then it's whoops, bam, oops.
How you get word, babe?
My bad. You know what I mean? So,
but my car need gas and it won't washing.
Oh, that's the next thing. That guy was actually maintaining the car. So he was paying insurance, putting gas in them, washing them, servicing them, everything. Ooh. But that'd be a case study for another time.
Yeah.
Right? But these are the things that people do when they think they're in love.
Exactly. Because that to me is not love. To me, when you are doing things for someone in the name of sacrifice, thinking it's commitment and love and duty and honor to the detriment of yourself, that ain't love. Because as much as I love somebody, I gotta love myself first.
Straight.
I gotta love myself first. And that's a lesson. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have had to learn, especially with pouring into people emotionally and not pouring into myself. You cannot go around as Cross, you're saying, why are you doing things for others that you're not doing for yourself? In the instant of a car, I think that, I could buy a car for us to use, but I would not buy you a car and then left myself stranded. No. See, that's the difference. So I mean, just
I'll tell you, right, Neil?
Go ahead.
Cross said they're just disillusion. I really think I want to get back to my point with the ladies, right? Ladies, do not, as Omar said, moral support, that's it. Because you can't raise somebody up Ooh, no, not English. You can't lift somebody up.
Raise up somebody.
Raise up somebody, lift them up, whatever you want to call it.
Lower up somebody.
Right? And you don't want to do that then for the person to tell themselves, well, yeah, I could do better than you. You know what I mean? I am not saying that you approach it from a position of fear, because that's when somebody tell me choose it, that's where I want to get married and all that there. But you got to look at things realistically. What people are going to get, they're going to get. Right? It might take them a little longer if you don't facilitate it, but what they're going to get, they're going to get. If you go and you lay out, you roll out the red carpet for them, here, honey, do this, and you make the road as easy as it can be for them, to your own meat, money, energy, attention, and time. When you go and do that, well, shoot, but anybody had to earn nothing
They pretty much level up on your dime.
on your dime and time, and then
Your
you
time
vex
and time and
because
time.
your return on your investment is
Null and
what?
void. Null and void.
You know what I
Memories.
mean? You got memories.
Memories don't live
Right?
like people do.
So ladies, I tell you all I'm saying. Seek to get the best person you can get for you, which will mean, ladies, it will mean you're going to have to compete. There's a problem. When you buy stock in a fledgling company, you can bet for next game to nothing as the business will pay you. Right? But if you want to buy stock in Google,
Shh.
but you can go really come with something to get in there to buy something significant so you can get reward on your investment. Right? So I'm saying to you, there's nothing wrong with you wanting a top level guy. But know that in order to get the top level guy, you got to compete with the girls that are coming in at 18, 19, 20, 25, young and hot, and a little bit more flexible than you. You got to compete with them girls.
You gotta compete, man. Men and women.
And you got to figure out how you going to compete with those girls. Maybe one of these days I'll tell you how to compete, but not tonight. Right? You have to be willing to compete with those girls if you want them top level men. If you don't want to compete with those top level men, you can get a lower level guy and be like, hey, but you got to be prepared to be comfortable there.
And that is the thing.
Don't hook up with the lower level man. Not to be disparaging, but we're going back to the plan. Excellent.
I was waiting for it. Tell us about your favorite group.
Yeah, don't go back to the van man, right? Don't go with the van man, and then you vex. My geez, you should own a fleet of vans. But then no,
You're picking the bar water there?
no, the man tell you, I like driving van. I like working the road.
You meet me by driving van.
I like being behind a wall. You know what I mean? I like the interaction in the van stand between me and the man. We drink some Guinness and everything cool. You know what I mean? I like listening to a mixtape in the back of the van. I think I like the school girls in the van. The man tell you these things that he like. So you can now come and decide you want to push this man to achieve more than what he wants to achieve. You can't decide you meet here as a van man and all of a sudden you want to be a van owner.
Especially when you didn't ask that up front.
Up front. You know what I mean? So understand, sometimes you can meet a guy, you might be on a lower level, he's going to be comfortable with that. He's going to be comfortable where he is. He's going to be happy making the money he makes. And you, ladies, have to decide if you are going to be comfortable with him where he is. You can't push him to do nothing else, you know. Because if you do, if you try to push him to do something else that he doesn't want to do, you're probably going to push him straight out the door. And as Nigga said, he might be a good fella for you. He might be a good fella for you. But because you might be watching the Joneses, you might be watching money, you might be watching, you know, I can't carry you in a partner of mine, Chatty, shout out Chatty if you're watching. Chatty said partner his to carry a girl in at a fancy restaurant on the South Coast. And when she look at the menu, it was like, we got a macaroni pipe on this here. Like he had a carry she crossing in the convenience store and buy 2 Guinness for you. You know what I mean? So you know, just say. So you got a fella, you can't carry he down carry in that fusion for the rooftop. He might go on the fusion call it for two Guinness.
They got a 4-course meal. She asked for macaroni pie.
Yeah.
But no, if you go to their restaurants, you would get a deconstructed macaroni casserole.
Yeah. Or you go in that choppers and you might call it for moccasin. You know what I mean?
What to tell me these day, boss?
Yeah. So it's like you gotta recognize and be comfortable with certain things. And this is the challenge, the incongruence that the ladies will have, right? Cross says at the beginning of our relationship, I had a vehicle, but he didn't. Once we got serious, he was free to use my car. Once I wasn't using it, then it became our vehicle as the relationship grew. And
No,
that's
Cross.
cool.
No, Cross. What I would ask, what I think I would want to know is, was that a discussion that was had, or was there a level of understanding as the relationship grew? And like one day you threw the keys at the man and stick it on, use it when you want, and you're putting gas in it, or you're washing it, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like there had to be some spoken and unspoken kind of words that lets you all know that it is our vehicle, if you understand what I say.
Yeah, for sure. So this is a challenge that the ladies are having, because I know you want to get a guy and then you want to be able to say, well, honey, why you don't do this? Why you don't do that? Why you don't lift yourself up?
Men don't want second mothers here.
Yeah, don't.
And
You know what I mean?
no, I appreciate you being invested into my dream. So like, I'm a filmmaker. You know, I got dreams and aspirations of going to the studio, standing up on the stage somewhere and accepting awards. But that's a tough road, right? No, I don't have a problem with a partner encouraging me to do such, right? Or encouraging me with my mental health or anything like that. That's not the issue or anything like that. Once you understand that I'm not working on your timeline, I'm working on my timeline, and discussions would have to be had as we go, right? But you still have to kind of don't put your expectations too heavily on that person too, right? You mean, again, I can say we men, particularly me, are not as good as organizing and setting out roadmaps and, you know, plotting a course forward as women are. Men has got big tent hole dreams. It's like, all right, you know what? I can save up some money and do some jobs, get some money, save up, buy some equipment, do this, that, and that's the third. But women know would be like, okay, first you have
the details.
exactly, right? Because we men, we got tent poles, but women are micromanaging in terms of making sure. Not saying that I want women to micromanage, women don't micromanage, but we still need a level of guidance. And that is a way you can support us. A way to support us is to in a very feminine way, make sure that we are hitting certain goals, talking to us about moving forward, how are we going to approach things, actively helping us achieve our dreams and our goals, or even bettering ourselves. And it don't even got to be to do with work. It ain't got to do with job. Because let's be honest, if you got a man that's set he ways, he man making good money, man's a carpenter, he man making $10,000 a month. Shoot, the man making $10,000 a month. So if you notice that he's making $10,000 a month, he's working very hard, but he's always in a mood, ask him what his passions are, ask him things that he want to do. Like, I have a partner of mine, a buddy of mine, he's also a filmmaker. And you know what? This man does work. Shoot, if you leave this man to his own devices, he will work 24 hours a day. And I was telling my brother, you gotta make time for yourself. You always give your time to other people. And he confided in me a couple of times, you know, back in the day before he got into film, he used to play Xbox a lot, and you know, but you know, he's just be working or whatever. And he told his girlfriend that, and his girlfriend bought him an Xbox. He man got an Xbox. And you know, I ain't saying the man, it doesn't take away from his work. The man got work, he must do work. He must get up and get a job. He must get up and edit and do what he gotta do. But there are times he has downtime and he might put in a little FIFA and play. So you don't have to support your man.
Good one.
Right. You don't got to support your man necessarily. I thought video games was the devil, man.
They are. Yes, sir.
I'm
That's
not
for
saying,
him, not me.
right. But yeah, she's a good woman. But women and men, you don't necessarily have to lead with your wallet or lead with oh, you gotta do this and you gotta do that, and you gotta do next. Sometimes just helping us to keep our mentals intact, keeping our health intact, or keeping us that's really and truly not intact. That's up to you to do. But I mean, like, yeah, I realize you're working hard. Can let me go for a spa day, or let me go for a drive around the country. They're big on drives. You know what I mean? There are ways and means to support your partner that doesn't include nagging them, putting your expectations on them, or leading with your wallet. So yeah, I see we got some comments here, Derek.
Yeah, you got Cross in the house. Oh man, mine gone blurry again.
All right, wait, let
We
me.
gotta read them down.
All right, where we are with Cross.
Kind of both. You had to get places.
Okay, right, kind of both. You had to get places, and it was like go forth without him asking to use it. He decided to put in gas and get it washed, etc. There didn't need to be a lot of discussion, to be honest. I wanted to help him, and he wanted to help me. Neither of us was buying the other a whole vehicle, though. That may happen now, but we're in a different place. No, and that's only come up, right? That's only come up. You know what I mean? Got a one car in a 2020 Mercedes Benz. We all making it work. My mom got things to do. You say, babe, handle the car. They must not probably put gas in it, keep it washed, keep it clean. I pay insurance on it when it can, or help pay insurance on it, and then keep it moving. Now, when you see things like that, that shows that this you can don't make it our car. But if the man taking the car and bring it back, need a point E, man bring back the car.
Or ring Merlick.
Or ring or ring Merlick off, as Derek said. And you know, car and wash, or you hearing things, but he got other women in the car. He's disrespecting the car, and by extension you. Then he's not worthy of that access to your asset. Well, it's not asset liability, but your car. He's not able to access that. So you know, you gotta be respectful. I see Ashton here, Derek.
Jeez, oh my man, Grenade!
Yeah, man.
My domino partner for a while, boy.
Ashton.
Yeah, man.
Aston, sorry.
Aston, man.
Aston.
In
Sorry.
case I can't read it, it got some connection. Going on here.
What has got me is when they ain't doing anything but will tell you what you doing wrong or should be doing. That infuriates me. That infuriates us too, because we don't want another mother.
Facts.
We don't know. Yeah, man, what's going on, man? There's a man now. I want you to know this is a man I see since you read this. Anyhow. Right, so we don't want another mother. We don't want another mother. Everyone has to be accountable and responsible for themselves with some guidance from their partner or some support from their partner. My job is to make sure that your mental is good. Like you go to therapy and you whatever. However, I can identify when you are being stressed and overworked, or you are in a mental space where you're not happy. And I can do things like carry you for a drive, carry you to dinner, you know, give you a massage, you know, do things for you. I can realize like, you know, you're real stressed at work. You overwork and you need to do this and that next. I can offer suggestions on how you can ease that load. I can take up some of the load at home. You know what I mean? There are ways and means to support your partner. But don't be going about telling him, shoot, if it of me and I had that business. Instead, you're going to get two accountants. You both there. Taking money and doing as you like and putting on a bank account, you idiot. We don't want that. Men, women don't want here. Well, shoot, you know, sorry, idiot you is. You know that you should go and get a car too, you, but nobody wants another mother or father.
That's a fact.
I see Cross here. Some men do want another mother. Learn that the hard way. Ain't nobody got time for that. No.
Straight. Hold tight, Cross. You're inaccurate here, Cross. Just take out men, say boy, and read it again, and we get to go. It reads a lot better.
I was just about to say it.
Now, here's the phenomenon, right, Neil? It seems as if there are some women who actively pursue men that are not on their level because they know that the men above them or on their level
ain't gonna tolerate them.
Yeah, the fuse a little shorter to say, well, that's a bad thing. They don't have the tolerance level for certain things. And there is a lady, apparently this is a phenomenon. So we found a video for you guys.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
We did that part of the show.
We're to that part of the show. We're gonna go through this. Neil, you're gonna have to guide me through it because hey, I'm a couple seconds behind you. And
right.
Yeah, he got some connection issues going on here on the iPad. So as I watch, she lays them out point by point. We'll stop at the end of every point and we'll comment then, right? So what I'll do, I'll play on my iPad, I'll watch, I'll mute my microphone so you all don't get the loop. And
we figure it out, man.
And then when you start to make your comments on her points, I will unmute and join back, right?
All right. So tell me when you want to start.
Yeah, man, we can roll it from here now.
All right, I roll it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Yeah. So today's video, let me tell you how I was inspired. So on my first video that I ever uploaded to YouTube, Symptoms of a Broke Man, I still get comments to this day.
And she's talking about why she likes to date broke men. So enjoy, guys.
Yeah, a little lengthy, but we can get through it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, let me tell you how I was inspired. So on my first video that I ever uploaded to YouTube, Symptoms of a Broke Man, I still get comments to this day. But it was one particular comment where this guy asked me, if you're such a boss, why do you continuously attract broke men? And I said, wow. That's a good one.
That's a
Trust
good one.
me, I didn't ask myself this question all the time. Why do broke men like me, first of all? And then two, why do I date them? I'm gonna tell you today why women like broke men, okay? So before we get started, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Also, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and follow me on Instagram at Ksalise, and let's get into it. So I think the #1 reason for most women and why they date broke men is because of the penis. The sex was impeccable. Okay, I don't know if it's the fact that they know they need to borrow some money or borrow your car or they need a place to stay that really amps up the sex.
I gotta pause there. I gotta pause. First things first, you muted just a thing, but I had to pause at that point. The woman is wondering if it's the penis. Well, no, it's the penis. The penis is good, so that's why it's there now. You date down because, you know, the action is great. That don't make no sense to me. That poverty penis cannot be a reality. Women out there, is poverty penis a real thing? Does a black man work the middle better than a man with means? Because I can. And then this whole notion that the man putting in the extra work with the penis because he want to borrow the car, they want to borrow a little change, like.
But Neil, to be fair, Neil, what has he got going on? What's he got going on?
I mean,
yeah, like he ain't got nothing that's a fallback plan. So it's like, shoot, put in some work. Some work.
I see Aston here, Brett Mendes, Brett Holes apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know. Women, y'all could sound off. Is there such a thing as poverty penis? Have you ever encountered poverty penis? And if so, did it encourage you to put up with the other things that was being hidden by the poverty penis? We continue.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today, any other skills, feelings, also make sure you give this, and it's because of the penis. The sex was impeccable. Okay, I don't know if it's the fact that they know they need to borrow some money or borrow your car or they need a place to stay that really amps up the sex game, but whatever it is, it was lit. Okay, I'm glad I moved on from that because they will get you in your feelings. Sometimes when the sex is good, you think that you want more from them, but then you realize, wow, you're really a roach. I can't make you my man, you know what I mean? So that's really kind of what happens, but it takes a minute, especially if it's, like I say, if it's it's kind of hard to detach. I'm guessing because they don't have any other skill that they make sex their skills, because the bills got to get paid and they're not going to pay them because they don't have no job. So they got to secure the woman to do it. That's what it is. Sorry about my neighbor's dog barking, but he's just so stupid. But anyway, next thing is availability. They always have time. They're not out here grinding and hustling. So they have time. You can call them anytime you want to see them, and they are there as long as you pick them up most of the time. Even if they do work, they usually work crappy jobs, so they could just call in, come and see you, and they always want to see you, right? So that's one thing I did like. The next thing is
All right, pause. No. Is that another reason why women like broad men? That the man just got time on the hands to give the poverty penis? is that really it? They want a man available, and they don't want a man that always out there grinding, hustling, getting his money up, getting his paper, or anything like that. They might just
you asked to talk about homosexuals, man. Yes, I told y'all homosexuals are a real thing.
Yeah, homosexuals.
Penis for a home is fair exchange.
But just now she was talking about the penis was bomb. I was saying you was dickmatized, and dickmatized is a real thing. Dickmatized is a real thing, but I have never encountered a man willfully dickmatizing a woman to get things.
Neil, come on now.
But no. Hold on. We's always make jokes on talking about doing something strange for a little bit of change. We's make little jokes, doing things for things, right? But you don't willfully. How you know how to? I know. You dickmatize a woman. How do you dickmatize a woman? How you know that you can dickmatize a woman? You should hit the bottom.
Yeah. Man, okay, on.
Hit the bottom. Deep stroke it.
Man know that his thing game is
sensational.
But no, let's continue with this. But I want women to along with the poverty penis, let us understand: is it that the man's available? The man is always available, and even if he does have a job, the man can easily say, "You want me to tomorrow?" Small. Call in the boss and say, "Boss, don't look for me tomorrow."
Yeah.
That's the thing, or this one we're here talking about behind. We continue.
Let's continue.
I see Omar talking about Neil. I being facetious, Omar. Don't take me serious. I know about dickmatize. I just say, we continue.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, share who they are, hitting women way quote unquote beneath you to attract someone like they are the ones who don't have the. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Sorry about my neighbor's dog barking, but he's just so stupid. But anyway, the next thing is broke men are friendly. So think about it. When you go to the gas station or anywhere, the first people that's gonna talk to you are the ones that's either at the bus stop, they are the ones who don't have the car, they on the passenger side of their best friend's ride. They are just so bold because broke men have a lot of audacity. They have a lot of audacity. So they will have the audacity to speak to you knowing that they're not on your level. So yeah, be careful with that too, because you're thinking, oh my gosh, he approached me. They don't care who they approach. Here's another thing that
all right, pause it again there, so.
Just check where you pausing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I broad men are friendly. And broad men will approach. They don't give a hot damn. Men will approach. I will say this, ladies.
Because they have nothing to lose.
Hold on. Let's be honest. Men, we talked about this in this space. Men don't have anything to lose, and we will risk at anything, whether they on we level, not on we level, below we, up we, down we, sideways. It don't matter. We risking, and especially if a man is broke, a man might feel more empowered. It's like a dog barking at a car. Sure, when he get it, when dog catch it, we can do. You don't got the game plan when he chasing it. But yeah, is it true that broke men are friendlier? I don't see why I'd be friendly if I broke. Like if I literally ain't got.
But Neil, it's like when you go into a store, all the salespeople are friendly. Cause they try to attract you to buy.
True.
So bro, man, gotta be friendly.
True.
Sure, I want this. I bust stop this girl driving. I need her to pick me up. So I can be friendly. We can make this work. Steve says sex tourism need a whole industry based on poverty penis.
I mean, okay, that's okay. But I'm not saying not. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. All right. Should we continue there?
Yes, let's continue.
Realize why I really was attracted to broke men, and this is serious, but because I was very insecure and I felt like there was no competition with broke men versus with successful men. Successful men are getting women on your level, if not better, but the broke men, they're getting women way quote unquote beneath you. To attract someone like you is a big deal to them. So if you're working a good job and you have your stuff together, that's rare. They're usually messing with women who are a reflection of themselves, right? It was always kind of nice for them to put me as number one for what I had. You know what I mean? That's kind of like so sad, but it's true. That's how I felt.
We're pausing again. So insecurity. So women pick up broke men because they're insecure. They know that which is very funny because I would even venture that there are some women that know that they want to behave how they want to behave. They want to talk how they want to talk and be ratchet as they want to be, as bad as they want to be, despite the degrees and whatever. And they know that they can't bring that to a man that is high value. They can't bring it to a man that's on their level. And they know that they can, because of that insecurity, because they knowledge, I can't help but, turn up when time comes. So maybe I should get a man that is not on my level, and he got put up with me because, as somebody said earlier, it's a fair exchange. I could tell well, shoot, you got put up with whatever I do or whatever because you need me. So the lowest self-esteem I could kind of understand because you may not think that you're pretty enough. You may have issues with your size, your weight. You may have issues with how you view yourself versus other women, especially in terms of success in the workplace, etc. So you may feel like, for example, if you're working in a high level job and you have other women that are working there, you're constantly comparing yourself with them and saying, oh, I don't measure up to her, I don't measure up to thing, and these men are attracted to her. Look at her, she getting all the men and this and that next. And you're saying, I don't want to compete with that. So this
is the most cogent argument that she's made so far.
Yes.
In that, in the self-esteem thing, she said it straight up, insecure.
Mm-hmm.
Right, straight up insecure. Renee the host. She said, "I can understand that last point. I feel that is what happened with my previous encounters with broke men. I used to be real insecure. Yes.
Yes.
You think that you can't do any better, much like my bariatric surgery friend earlier.
Don't deserve better.
Should you even think you don't deserve better? And as such, you kind of content you are not even content to settle with, but you kind of aim for those guys because it's like, shoot, he ain't got nothing going on either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We match. We can work.
Well, not that we match. Not that we match, but
I a little better than he.
Exactly. All right, we keep it trucking.
Yeah, we truck on. Let me truck on.
Which brings me to my next point is they are easily impressed. Oh my gosh, you work an office job, you work at a bank. Like, that's how they act. They're just so excited and so impressed with the bare minimum things that you're supposed to be doing. Working a job. Oh, you got a place. Oh, you got a car. You keep gas in your car. They're impressed. They just think so much of what you do because they're not doing it. So, number 6.
All right, we pause here. My woman said, man, people, don't be impressed by simple adult functioning things, though. I think one can be impressed with when someone says no, they aren't easily impressed. They know how to run talk. I would say this, right? Do not be impressed by things that a functioning adult should do.
I'm saying just basic stuff.
Yeah, like, and I think that's where part of the self-esteem thing comes, right? Because if you are impressed by someone like, oh, you got a car, oh, you got office job, if you're impressed by those things, those simple basic things, right? Derek and I, we both work office jobs. We have cars. We try our best to keep gas in it as best as we can. But it's like, that's what adults supposed to do.
I'm saying.
You know what I mean? You're supposed to try to get some money to put gas in your car. Simple things for yourself. So don't be impressed by basic things, is what I'm saying, right? If you're impressed by a
And if you
woman,
meet a man that's impressed with those kind of things, ladies,
gotta move on. Gotta
Yeah,
move
just
on.
keep
Because
trying.
because I can't understand. I can understand you having a low self-esteem. Because I do have low self-esteem too, but I don't ever go after a woman that is, in my opinion, not on my level. Because I don't see that benefiting me. I don't see that benefiting me because at the end of the day, I kind of judging her and looking down on her and her real life, and I'm using her to essentially bolster my ego.
Uh-huh.
I shouldn't really use people in that regard. So you know what? If you are impressed by somebody having a car, gas, job, whatever, try and work on that, getting that yourself. You know what I'm saying? Is all I say. I see Vincent. That's what adults supposed to do. Some people never grow up. Agreed and agreed. All right, we continue.
Really fast. Now keep in mind that they fall in love with you as soon as they meet you. As soon as you say, hey, back to them, they're in love right after that. They want to get married. They see a future with you. If you dated broke men, then you know what I'm talking about. They move fast as hell. So sometimes that makes you feel good, but then you start to really see, and it's like, okay, wait. If you want to be my man, you're going to have to step it up a lot of bit. Because no, you cannot date me like this. You're not who you need to be for me, right? But like I say, they moving so fast. They just so in love and head over heels for you. Here's another thing that I noticed.
I pause in here again. That is factual. That is fact. I have heard women tell me stories, not necessarily like this, but tell me, oh, I meet this guy and yeah, he's do this and that. And we could discern that he's not on their level or whatever. And the man talking about like God sent you for me. God put you in my life because you were sent for me. I love you.
That is what you call a homosexual.
That man,
the man trying to secure
the bag.
his mailing address.
That's all that really is. Security bag.
Security bag.
Like, I hearing this, and as I hearing this, I'm thinking of a situation where a man encountered a woman, a friend of mine, and she has a vehicle and has her own means or whatever. The man thought that she was bougie, and like real quick out to the gate, it was like, yeah, I talk about quick out to the gate, first week, second week, God saying for me, I pray for you, like you is the one for me, and the man, I just saying, man, security bag, and lo and behold, man, bar she carries do bear jump. But the point is that men can talk sweet to run the bike. Shoot. Yeah. Women can talk sweet to run that bike. People can talk sweet to run that bike. Men, we could flip this, because when you have a woman that is quote unquote not your level, I don't like to say that, but if you have means and a woman does not, and you're on a certain level in your life and she wants to get you, right? It's gonna be, she's gonna tell you some things, she's gonna do some things. The woman might wait you with a blowjob. The woman may, say, pull over, let me have some sex right here in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? In a broad daylight. The woman can say, I love you and I would never hurt you and, you need to be my king. You can get spoken life into real quick. However, you got kind of, dating is beer joint, yeah. This is beer joke. But yeah, keep your head on, people. Keep your head on. Be mindful of things. If the person is easily impressed with certain things or moving fast when it comes to certain things and saying certain things that ain't really measuring up on whatever, be careful of that, because I'm not saying that, emotions don't happen quickly, but you gotta be careful, especially if the man real impressed, like, oh God, that's your car? Oh geez, on break. Why that's your car? God saying for me, Anyhow, let me press on.
They're always indebted to you. They're always going to need something. They're always going to be in a position to need something. So whenever you come through for them, you're gonna feel like they're indebted to you and that they owe you loyalty, because that's all they can give you. They can't give you your money back. They probably not gonna put no gas in your car, but they give you loyalty and love and affection from what you do. So you're basically, in a way, a sugar mama, if basically. But that's why I did like broke men, because I used to dangle all the stuff that I was giving them in their face, and they would change their attitude knowing that they needed me. Ain't that sad? That is so sad. You really...
Right. So this woman, I'm not going to speak to her currently because I don't know her. She said that she used to date broke men, but this person sounds like she was a horrible person, because you dated a man that does not have means because, one, the sex is good for you. Two, the man inflates your ego. And three, always got sent a hole over him.
Yeah.
He can always be indebted to you and have to show you gratitude. And if he doesn't show gratitude, you can
drop the hammer.
So there are homosexuals out there, but this one is a predator on homosexuals. And I don't know which is worse. I don't know which is worse. I can't tell you what's worse. This woman, she's not endearing herself to me at all. At all. This woman's so terrible. They're laughing.
He's a predator for homos.
It was a homosexual predator me. That's what this woman is. This woman, like, think about it, Derek. This woman has insecurities.
Look at this.
Exactly, Keisha. Like, she is preying on men that don't have means, right? Basically for what they can offer.
But why? But why? Because she doesn't want to make herself competitive in the marketplace.
Exactly. She's not looking to say, well, I got insecurities, why I have insecurities. She's not looking to say, how do I attract a man that is on my level? How can I mentally, emotionally deal with that man instead of feeling intimidated and cowering? Let me get a man that ain't got nothing, so that when he borrow my car and bring it back with no gas, he gets the cheese on bread. My girl, because you know, he borrowed the car, so he got you in the down. Gigi, all right, man, driving at 20 kilometers an hour. Gigi, all right. My man showing off big. My girl, let me she car, you know how it is. But this we car no, and this is that, next the third. So no, he indebted. So no, when you say, and that's where your broadcast this and that, next the third, she could hold it over the man. So
Vicious, really, really vicious.
She may just not think that she is worthy of anyone else. But when that's the point. If she thinks she's not worthy of anyone else, she needs to address that. She needs to seek counseling and therapy for that.
For her.
That's a matter for her to deal with, because all you're doing is you perpetuating the cycle. Because when you get with a man that's a homosexual, and you preying on these men to get whatever you could get from them emotionally and physically, you know what? It ain't gonna work out when they walking on the aisle.
Here's the next.
They're not happily ever after.
The man might be a homosexual, but he may be a smart homosexual. So the man might see you as a means to an end. So you prey on the man, you try to take advantage. The man uses you, elevates himself. Then you vex and see the man take advantage of you.
Many in this and that, you vex to the world.
Nah, man.
Nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Because
you know my cats will tell you.
It's not gonna work with me.
Showed up Caswell, man. So we can continue here quick.
Crack on.
Because you held him down at his lowest and whatever, you think that he's going to give you a cookie for that, and then when he starts doing well, he's going to stick with you because you held him down. But now he's seeing, oh wow, I can do better, because you had to have been some type of woman to lower your standards to be with him. Now he's getting women with higher standards. That's what he wants now, right? I've been through this a couple of times, so I'm telling you from experience. We got to stop holding men down.
All right, hold on.
Let them figure out who they...
You can pause there. All right, first things first. Derek know what's going on. That's Aston. It is good that she's recognizing those patterns in herself, though. She's on her way to doing better. No, I would hope so, because what she sounds like, who she was, terrible person. But yeah, Derek, I see you got your hands raised, brother.
I called it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the man gonna elevate himself. The man gonna all of a sudden got standards.
Yeah.
I like how the woman say, well, like, all of a sudden, no, the man got standards. But you're willing to compete. All of a sudden, he got standards, boy. Yeah, there's standards, but he the borrow my car. He the drive with my car, and they washing it and clean it. I love it. Anyhow, we continue.
Crack on, buddy. Crack on.
Raising them, because guess what? When you raise them, you raising them for the next chick. You getting them set up for the next chick to make her happy. You teaching him how to treat her, because he's not going to stick with you, period. Okay? Listen to your sis. Another reason why I think women like broke men is because you only need them for fun. If you're not in a place where you're looking for serious commitment, which I feel that a lot of hardworking women aren't really looking for commitment, at least maybe in the beginning stages, because you don't have a lot of time. Broke men, you don't really care what they're offering because you have you, right? You got your bag secured. So what he does is none of your business, as long as he's not asking you for your money, which they always do. Okay, let's be real right quick. Let's be completely real.
We can pause there again. We can pause there real quick again. Now, I'm so glad she said that, right? Because whenever a man or a woman gets with someone that they know ain't at the standard, right? They know it is a fun thing, right? We just looking to lash and dash, unless it's a mutual thing or whatever. But I'm talking about where you see someone, you like them, you want them, and you going after them, right? So you know within yourself that there's a fun thing. But through sex or emotional connection or whatever, when we get caught up, we get nothing more than feelings. When you remember that, those who remember, put ones in the chat. If those who remember where that is from, put ones in the chat and say what it is. Anyhow, yeah, it's a fun thing, but all of a sudden you caught up. Oh, I in love. God saying for me.
Or worse yet, pregnant.
Oh my God. Right? So you get yourself in a position saying it's a fun thing, but then it becomes more to you when you realize you this person, I like this person, yeah, but yeah, this person ain't really on my level. But what you can do? What's the conundrum? You know what I mean? But
Already here.
you're already here. So you got kinda know what it is with yourself and keep the standard moving. And well, I ain't gonna say it because some of y'all don't really want to talk and have conversations. So anyhow, we could crack on with this young lady.
Things that rich men are automatically better men because they have money, and that is the furthest thing from the truth. Coming from someone who dated all types of men, right? I've dated very, very successful men. I've dated very, very broke ones. One is not better than the other. How they were raised and their personality has to do with how they're going to treat you. Because there are some successful men that were mother effers, and there was some broke men that were really nice, and vice versa. No offense. But I feel like a lot of women are sometimes just as vain as men. And I think it's because we have gotten in the habit of taking care of ourselves. We don't value men taking care of us anymore. So we don't have to settle for him not being the height that we want or looking the way we want him to, because we don't care. I think women care.
Pause. Ooh. I really want to hear what women have to say about that. I really want to hear, because this goes back to what we were talking about on Tuesday about the independent ladies, right? Now, the independent ladies going out there, finding any old man to have the fun with, but then getting caught out there because they don't need a man to provide for them. They don't need a man. But yet still pursuing men, especially men that are going to be beholden onto them and stroke their ego and everything like that. Shoot, I would even venture to say men do it too, but not for the same reasons, because men will get those women to kind of, stroke their ego and everything like that. But really and truly, they don't want women to nurture, because they can do it themselves. As my mom Derek said, we could cook, clean, wash, whatever for ourselves. The only thing we can't do is, well. But that's the thing. We are using one another because we have gone away from what we really need. Women being feminine and men being masculine and leading. And not everybody using them and being selfish and taking care of their needs and themselves. So you making it. You got it like that. You don't need a woman. You don't need a man. So what you do? You pick up somebody that you know full well you don't bring home to mommy or daddy or that you ain't marrying, and you have fun. You get caught up out there, and then when they left because you know it ain't gonna work in the beginning, you barely dig out. You barely dig out. You hurting. You pining. Men in this, women in that. That just this woman. She hit a miss, but she got some points in here. We crack on. We got about 2 minutes left. A minute and a half.
Cool.
Looking for marriage, but if you're just having a good time, you don't care. All they have to do is be cute, tall, clean. That's about it. You don't have to have them super perfect. Oh, he needs to have his stuff together. Which brings me to my next point. Their personality makes up for what they lack. Where they lack in funds, they make up with fun.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Where they lack, it's so made up for in their personality, how they treat you, their sex. And number 10.
Yeah, because I see Vincent here. So which is it? Is it that you're independent and don't care who the man is, or is that you're insecure and aiming for low hanging fruit? I think it is both. I think it is both. Because there are some women that are independent and don't need a man. And then there are some women that are insecure and hanging for low hanging fruit. It's not a one size fits all, Vincent. There are some women that fall into both categories. The point is that whenever you going for that low hanging fruit, you're gonna ask yourself, why? Why don't you need a man to provide for you? Why don't you need a man to do this and that next? Why are you going to this man to have fun? Ask yourself some questions. When you dating a woman, man, and you know that this woman, as Derek said, you carry some champers and she asks you for some macaroni pie. I want to know as a heart. She don't 2 Guinness. I want to know how much the moccasin selling. Like, you know full well that ain't a woman that you gonna marry or anything like that, but you are clearly covering up something. And yes, there's nothing wrong in having fun. But when you continuously go from woman to woman, man to man, and you having fun all the time, there is a void that you're trying to mask and that you're running from and you're hiding. So you gotta be accountable to yourself. So yeah, this woman here, we kind of out of time, I would say. I don't know if she got any more points that worth listening to there.
I really can't tell you.
Right. I mean, we only got. We could do the minute, man. We could do the minute. But here she's talking about. You're talking about. You like them for the sex, you like them for whatever, you like them for fun and not the funds. Their personality has a lot to do with it. And you know what? You are right. But I still think that there are some situations where the person may not have their selves together, but they know exactly what they are, who they are, and where they're trying to get to. And they're not just about fun. They have the hard conversations and everything like that. So, but yeah, for most thing, a man can be fun because he ain't got the funds. So yeah, man. Let me keep pushing. We got a minute left in this thing.
Nature. Women love helping. We're natural nurturers. And I think that can sometimes be a bad thing because we can attract men who are looking for a mama, sugar mama, so yeah, just be careful out here, ladies. We need to date quality men. This video was not to persuade y'all to date broke men. That is not the way to go. They come with a lot of headache, which I'll get into that on one of my story times. This video was just to talk about why you may date broke men or why you have dated broke men, okay? All right, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please.
Well, we can start that woman there. But yeah, I mean, she does make some very good points, and I want us men and women to walk away thinking about that, right? Why do we put ourselves in the situations that we do? Why are we so... What are we running from? What are we hiding? What are we masking? What are we not wanting to address? I mean, Derek gave you all some stats today based on an article. Madame Noir, I think it was called.
Yeah, Madame Noir.
Madame Noir, right? Derek gave you all some stats and everything like that about why women's expectations and women wants and desires. We know how men just get down, wants and desires, but you gotta ask yourself, right? Where are we doing what we are doing? Because what we are doing is always going to bring us back into a space of sadness, of depression. Why are we doing what we're doing? So, see, you got to ask yourself the hard question. I know what you got to say about it there. Because you know me, I like therapy.
uh, well, when someone saying, asking about the low hanging fruit thing, and for me, it's a matter of why do you think that you need to go for low hanging fruit? You know, is it that you don't generally when somebody if you're picking mangoes, for example, mangoes, mangers, wherever we're from, you go for those low hanging fruit because you don't want to do the work climbing up in the tree or whatever, right? So I thank you so much for that analogy, Vincent. But you calling it low hanging fruit, you can just stand up and pick it off. But if you want something else higher up in the tree, you got to put in some work to get up there. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't really want to put in that work, so it's kind of easier just pick off low hanging. And we don't put the wrong bird pick and that kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So as she's saying, is a case of that you're insecure and aiming for the lower hanging fruit. It might be that. It might be a case where you're strong and independent, but you've recognized that the men that you identify with or the men that you want don't want strong and independent. And as such, now you got to come back to the broke guys. How often do we walk around and we see a lady well put together and then we say, well, what's she doing with this fella? You know what I mean? That happens more often than not. And you got to ask yourself why that is. What's going on with that particular lady that she figures she has to settle here, or a case like, what is she not prepared to do to reach higher? That's the question we need to ask. You know what I mean? I still say sometimes it could be like you, but then you have to ask why you're attracting that kind of person.
Exactly. I always ask my question. Listen, I always question everything that comes, good, bad, indifferent. I always question why I like this person. Why does this person like me? You know, I always ask my question that I don't want these happy-go-lucky fellas. This is probably my problem, but regardless, Derek, we got a meme here that you wanted to.
Yeah, man, drop that out there. So, breasts, so the ladies, you know what's going on. It doesn't take much.
Yep. Says men really live like this and see no issue. Women just hate seeing how little it takes for us to be happy. Shake my head. Facts. Facts.
Yeah, man. We be easy, you know, ladies. We be easy.
2 curtains for the year.
Yeah. As niggas telling peace, man. Peace.
Peace and peace. And that is PEACE and then PIECE.
Yeah, that's all we need, guys.
That's all we need, man.
So we've been here for a while, Neil.
Yeah, man.
We ran a little longer than we normally would.
We make up for the little
issues at the beginning. And we apologize for that as always. You've been watching the Senate Podcast here on Facebook and on YouTube, guys. The Senate Podcast 246 on IG. You can send us your questions, comments, concerns on Senate is at senateinsession@gmail.com. We'll be more than happy to hear your stories and get your insight as always. I said we'll be back because we're good with that. Yeah, we're good with it. So yeah, man, keep coming, keep growing. It's always good to see you guys in the house. Bring more of your friends. You can sit down and watch the show as a couple if you want to do that. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
We probably start to try to break up your relationships.
If anything, we make it better, man.
Yeah. So we're just trying to get everybody to bridge the gap, get a better understanding of the male perspective, right? There's a lot of stuff out there. We know the female perspective. We hear about it a lot, but it's the male perspective. Lived experiences, observable facts. That's what we bring to you guys on this show.
Thanks, Aston. Sorry, Aston saying that we said it clean though. It was good. Good seeing you too, man. As I tell you, I can't take last miss you.
It's true. It's true. Thanks, bro. Good to see you,
man.
For real.
Yeah, man, for sure.
And yeah, man. We don't make any rules. Just make sure you know what they are. Be the best version of you for you. We will see you guys next week.
Peace, love, and be safe.
You see. Hey, girl. So come wind back for me. I wanna see if we got good chemistry. And come wind up for me. Don't hold back, girl. Just be free. I love how you dance and show up.